spends $1 trillion, they usually spend it getting us into trouble, whether it's overseas spending, that's a waste, or if they spend it on bureaucrats, that's a waste, that's putting more pressure on us, and then we have to have additional expenses for overcoming the bureaucracy. So I think we really lose twice that way. But we need to cut $1 trillion if we're serious. The proposed cuts so far aren't really cuts. They're cuts on proposed increases. They have what they call baseline budgeting. The budget goes up automatically at a certain rate. And if you cut $1 trillion over 10 years, that's $100 billion per year that they're going to cut on the proposed increases. But today, let's just compare $100 billion a year cut on the proposed increases versus what's happening today. The budget's going up $100 billion of real cost every month. So that is a fantasy. It has nothing to do with cuts. And nobody's talking about it. Right now, they're nearly hysterical about some of these mandated cuts because of the super committee. They're talking about cuts, and Obama mentioned they were going to cut something out of the military. There are no cuts proposed, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. They're only cuts on these wild proposed increases. They're not willing to admit that this country can't continue to run up a deficit of $1.5 trillion a year. It's growing exponentially, and if we're serious, we have to get the federal government out of our wallets and out of our lives, and we have to let the people spend the money. Then we have a much better chance of regaining prosperity.
Thanks, Paul. You know, I served in the Air Force, and I flew KC-135s for Bosnia and doing the no-fly zone for Iraq between the Gulf Wars. So I'm somebody who saw